Hey, Crystal, this is Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design. Thanks so much for coming out to our presentation at Gone last week. We really enjoyed it and enjoyed meeting you. I'm shooting this video to show you how your website is doing, your business is stacking up against your competition online, and to give you some steps or tips you can take to improve things. Now, as Google crawls the web, it is really looking at three things: content, citations, and backlinks. So that's the things I'm going to talk about today in this video. And when I'm talking about content, I'm really just referring to the words and images on your site. So Google likes to see between 1,500 and 2,000 words, kind of at a minimum on the page. That allows it to get a really good idea of what you do and where you are. Now, the exact amount is going to depend somewhat on the competition, but also the number of keywords needed to get those points across. So a keyword is really anything someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So let's take a look at what a Google search might look like for you. So I went to Google, I typed in Doula Services, Gainesville, Florida, and you can see that what comes up first is the map pack. The top three listed here will get the most traffic because they are super easy to find and they're listed right away. They're also very easy to use. So the way you get into this top three is to, one, have a Google business profile, two, make sure it is filled out as completely and accurately as possible, and the third factor is also to make sure that your name, address, and phone number are listed in as many relevant directories on the web as possible. That can be everything from Yelp and Yellow Pages, even to Facebook. The more times that you have the name, address, phone number in the exact same format appearing in them, the more power it gives your profile. And every place you do that is considered a citation. So the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger that online presence is, the more Google trusts you. I will point out, so you are number two in the map, which is awesome. But your profile is not complete. There is no website listed here. You've got directions, but even if I click on it, and I'm clicking on you here, in your profile, I don't see the website. And so you definitely want to make sure that you've got that in there. Now back to content for a moment. I've got your website pulled up here, and I like the look of it. It's good. I like the pictures. People love pictures. I mean, you've got a menu that's easy to use. You've got some testimonials. All of that is good, but you don't have a lot of content itself. So when I look at like how many words you have, I actually copied and pasted it into this word counter. You're only sitting at about 84 words. So you've got a lot of room to be able to grow to get some keywords in. Now, one of the things that I do is I like to analyze websites to see like what's Google finding? How many people are finding you and through what manner? And so I can see when using this tool I have called RFs that really you're not getting any traffic on your website at all. There's one keyword that Google has picked up for you, and that is Doula, Gainesville, Florida. So that's great. But that particular search term is only being searched 30 times per month. And because you're in position 50, there's only 10 results per Google results page. So that puts you, pretty far back in the pack. And you and I both know that if somebody is looking for something, they will usually find what they need in the first, maybe the top of the second page, but that's about it. So when you get further down the pack like this, you don't really get to see the traffic that you should. So you definitely have room to grow as far as your content, and that will help you with your keywords. Now, when I was looking at the Google results, so we talked about the map pack, and below that is what we call the organic results. Organic just means not paid. And so I wanted to compare you to a couple of your competitors, and so I picked these top two. So the top organic result is familycenteredbirthservices.com. And then the next one is compassionatebirths.com. So let's take a look at their statistics. So on the family-centered birth services, I can see that they're actually being found for 33 or by 33 people, or they're getting 33 visitors per month on average. And they're being found for 34 keywords. And if we drill down and take a look, we can see that like for doula, Gainesville, Florida, that same search term that we looked at for you, again, 30 searches per month for that term, but they're in position 2. So they are getting 4 unique visitors for that because they're just the second spot for that particular search term. If we look at compassionate births, they are getting about 5 visits per month, and they're being found off of 4 keywords. Again, that Doula Gainesville, they're in position 4, so they're still getting 2 visits per month for that. But you can see what a difference it will make when you can target those keywords by the people that by using what people are already searching for. Now, the last piece of the puzzle is what we call backlinks. So all a backlink is where you have one website linking to another via clickable or hyperlink text. So these links act like an endorsement of your website from others. And Google uses that again to build trust in your business by seeing those other businesses vouch for you. So it's kind of like a popularity contest, but not all links are created equal. Those that are relevant to your business will count more, as will those that are local. And ideally, they should be just as powerful as they are as trustworthy as well. So when I'm comparing the strength of a backlink profile, I go back to the same tool and I actually look at these 2 scores. So both of these scores are on a 0 to 100 scale. This DR scale is really telling me how powerful are the links coming in for you into your website. And right now, there's not really showing anything at the moment. For the UR, it's telling me like how trustworthy are those links. And you're sitting at about a 0.7 on that scale of 0 to 100. Now, ideally, again, you want you to be just as trustworthy as powerful, and so you want this ratio to be as close to 1 as possible. If I look at the family-centered birth services, I can see that their ratio is great. They're at a 3.8 for both. There's some room to grow for them, but they're doing well in the backlinks that they do have. And if I look at the compassionate birth, we're looking at 0.3 on the power scale and about a 4.8 on the trustworthy. So they are growing as well, but there is definitely a difference there. Not huge, so it's a decent rating as well. But it's really when all of those things come together, so the content and the citations and the backlinks, that you start ranking higher and higher and more people find you. I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear some feedback on it. I do want these to be helpful. So if you find yourself wanting to hear more, please feel free to reach out. We can talk about your goals, figure out like what it might be realistic for your business after doing some research and what it might take to reach those goals. So again, my name is Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design. My number is 352-235-9803. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to your feedback.